An immediate impact was made when Eric Lindros arrived at the Oshawa Generals locker room in 1989, one felt by both the team and Lindros himself.
Well, the Civic was special, right? I mean, I'll never forget the first game that Peterborough came to town. That was eye-opening. Our place was packed, our people were fired up. That was hockey, that was intense. And then when we took the bus ride, an hour north or an hour and 15 north, I mean, it's the same thing. It was, that was a lot of fun. That's a great rivalry.
Those fierce rivalries were fought all season on the Generals' road to winning the Memorial Cup, a trophy Oshawa hadn't hoisted in over 45 years.
Oh, it was exciting. It certainly was. That was great. I don't think we could have played Kitchener anymore. I remember the send-off, being in the parking lot of the Civic, and the send-off that the city gave us as we, went into the tournament, and the people were packing the streets and following the bus, and we were ready to go, and we were up against some really good teams as well. There was a couple of tight moments there. I remember being on the bus, and we were heading up to I believe it was Cornwall, and we weren't setting the world on fire with our play, and Joey Basillo was all wound up on the bus, and it was a good chat, and we went out and cleaned up the way we were playing, and started to gain momentum from there. We got through, we got into the final, and sure enough, Billy scores the, speaking of leaders, another great leader we had. So Billy Armstrong coming through.
Lindros spent 3 seasons in Oshawa, earning trophies as the top scorer, league MVP, CHL Player of the Year, and the top draft prospect award. This exceptional play saw the Generals retire Lindros' number 88. Accolades aside, Lindros prefers to speak about the people off the ice that he remembers so fondly.
Starts at home in my billet system situation. Davy Jean and Gil Hughes. I really lucked out. Oh, it was fantastic. And Davy Jean, she'd have pregame meal all organized, and always lasagna and a bun and a glass of orange juice. She's the best. I still talk to her, very frequently. So it's funny. I was just thinking about that. How many phone numbers you actually remember? And I can be anywhere. I can call Baby Jean because I'll never forget that. Yeah, they're very special people to me.
Selected first overall in the 91 NHL draft, Lindros continued to excel on the ice. Hard shots and even harder hits saw Lindros rack up 865 points in 760 games, an incredible professional career that began to take shape right here in Oshawa.
And you look back and there's a lot of luck that goes into being successful in sports. Having a guy like Frankie J or GM placing us with the right players, getting the right matchups with Rick and Larry and Mark Logan. Everything kind of comes together, and it just ends up being the perfect swirl. Yeah, very fortunate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome home number 88, Eric Lindros.
I'm honored to be here inducted alongside such a very diverse and deserving class. Congratulations to you all. This is a real fantastic night. Before I forget, I'd also like to thank Gary Minix for his assistance, his certain smile for the past few months and for years prior, and to all the other volunteers that make a night like this what it is, truly a spectacular affair. Thank you. Roughly 26 years ago, I came to Oshawa. It seems like a long time ago. I guess because it was. Gas was 59 cents, and The Simpsons just started to air. So just think about that for a bit. I remember meeting my teammates, my trainers, my coaches, the coaching staff on a Saturday morning in our dressing room at the Civic. It really was exciting. It was so exciting to come here and to get ready to play. We had great coaches to play for, including Larry Marson, whom I had known from his power skating school that I had attended, and he continues to run. Larry would stay on the ice with me working on skills for hours and hours after practice. Later as a pro, Larry was there for advice, support, and even training. He would come into work early and skate me before his regular job. Truly a spectacular person. Thank you, Larry Bear. Our training staff included Brian Boyce, Cheto to most of you. Brian always had his players' best interests at heart. He also knew when to turn a blind eye when the guys were a little short on pizza money and a new stick was needed to bridge the gap after a tough practice. Cheto, thank you for understanding that $40 didn't go that far for 2 weeks. Yeah. I played on a great team, pieced together by Frank J. And Mr. Danos is also here, who took over for Frank the following year, when we also had a very good team. Terrific teammates, leaders such as Ian Fraser, Brent Grieve, Paul O'Hagan, Corey Banica. Brent's younger brother Brian was also part of the team. I mean, the list goes on and on. It was a real special group. We also had Colleen Corner, who was looking after us, as he has done for countless generals ever since. Thank you, Colleen. Our fans were fantastic. Like I was saying in the video, I'll never forget the send-off that we had when we were going to play in the Memorial Cup. The streets were packed. People were following by the bus on the 401. It really was a spectacular affair. The way our rink was always full. This is a really special spot. The Civic was special to us. and the people of Oshawa would certainly fill it. And geez, on a Friday night when Peterborough came to town, there was certainly some of the most original heckling terms I had come across. So it was always lively. I think one of the elements that many people overlook is the living situations of players from out of town. And I can't think of being in a better place than to be billeted by Baby Jean and Gil Hughes. They opened up their lovely home, hearts, hockey knowledge, and fridge to me and my teammates, and I will always be in their debt. Many of you know Gil. If you're about my age and any good at hockey, you probably played for him. I think about a third of our 1990 team did play for him. Gil left us a few years back, but not before being inducted into this very hall in 2014. I'd like Baby Jean to stand up. Baby Jean, could you stand up? And I'd like to raise a glass to Baby Jean and to billets everywhere who take in hockey players like myself. Thank you very much. Thanks, Baby Jean. I love you. Proud to say I've been back here on a relatively consistent basis. I've had the privilege of meeting some great people when I played here. I remember being at Henry Street and meeting Jeff Hardy, who invited me to play for the Henry Street Hawk, I believe that's what we were called. That is baseball team, and we ended up going all the way to the semis for Ontario. It was quite a thing. Jeff, many years later, was in my wedding party. Almost 4 years ago, we started a hockey tournament here in support of Easter Seal kids living in the Durham region. Mary Nurse and Nurse Chev Cadillac have been our lead sponsor from day one, and this year we hope to surpass $1 million this will be our fourth year, so we're hoping to pass $1 million this year, which is a pretty good number, for a very big number for our group. And we can always use a few more volunteers. It occurs in November, so put it in your calendar, please. I'm hard pressed to know of an athlete whose parents didn't sacrifice a great deal for their kids' success. I'm no different. From early morning skates to driving all over London, Toronto, wherever there was a tournament, my parents took their kids. In junior, it would never shock me to see them in the crowd when we were on the road. In many ways, I'm in the fortunate position I am today because of them and their ability to do and support what was right for their kid, despite the decision being unpopular to many. I know it took a great toll on your lives. How could it not have? Mom and Dad, I thank you, and I love you both. Thank you. I'm a very lucky person, married to a beautiful and intelligent woman, Kina. We have 3 active and healthy children. I have terrific friends and family, and just as important, fond memories, both old and new, of this community. Again, thank you very much for this honor, and forever, go Jennies.